What are they saying? They're saying my homeostasis is fried right now. I need help. Well, the neurotypical person is going, I don't know what to do. I don't know what you're feeling. I don't know what you need right now. And this is why I think it's very important for the neurodiverse community to be there as much as we can as sources of information, as advisors, we're going to call it counseling. We need to be there to be able to use our ability to intuitively and instinctually relate to what that child needs to try to solve that problem with solutions that that child needs. Because the needs we know are different. We're neurologically different. What we need to maintain that homeostasis is different. And then again, added on to that, each autistic person is neurologically different. They're a different neurotype. No, that's not fair to put it that way. It's because there is a connection autistic people have with each other that I know exists with neurotypical that we don't have between each other. It's like the twins. Some things can go unspoken because they're like, yeah, I get it. I already know it. I feel it. It's in me. Okay? And that needs to be understood and accepted by both sides. Because it goes the other way too. Neurodiverse people need to be taught about neurotypical society. We need to learn from you too, so that we can integrate into your society better. You need to keep that open mind and go, okay, I guess we can set this up so you can come in when you need to work. Well, that person's either is going to sit at home and do nothing and live with their parents, live with someone else that does work. They're going to find a way to survive. So we can either provide them with what they need to be stable, or it's going to cost more to have an unstable person that is needy all the time. Who knows how they're going to be meeting those needs? They're going to make me drug addicts. I don't know what there's I would guess there's a very high substance abuse in this community. But you see what I'm saying is that understanding this and meeting the needs of autistic people on this level will probably cost society less in the long run. And sure as heck, it's a lot more humane way for people to live in their homeostasis and in a comfortable life instead of constantly trying to find that balance. All right. Normalcy blindness. This is what I think both sides again. And I want to say this too. I think you're going to find neurodiverse people are more sensitive an understanding of this topic and this perspective because we are constantly dealing with this is what's provided to try to give me a balance. It's not working. What do I need? So we're doing this comparison like, okay, this is what's out there in society, but this is what I need. So there's this constant exchange. We're thinking about it and we're living it and we're feeling it constantly. The neurotypicals won't have to do that. So it's a lot more foreign of a concept to them. All right. Normalcy blindness. Not seeing autistic normal and NT normal is different. Or not seeing the needs to maintain homeostasis is different. trying to normalize relationships instead of accepting those differences. Walking a mile in the shoes, remember that original picture? Trying to gain a perspective physically, differently. Well, we need to be aware that there's a difference between our conscious and our subconscious awareness and perspective. We need to remember that our neurotype gives us a bias to what we need to maintain our homeostasis. That the relationships that we are going to develop, at least at first, are going to be intellectual, rational. Okay, I get it. You need this in order to maintain this. Got it. Not, oh, I know exactly what you mean. I feel that too. You don't feel that too. It's not going to be there. And that these differences are not a right or wrong. They're what each neurotype needs to maintain their balance. Okay. I think this picture is in some strange way representing a very accurate difference in the singular road that you walk and what the autistic mind is doing right there, the highway. Okay. What is our differences? Right? What is this mile? What is this neurological difference? I'm sorry. Well, these are actual photos, scans, whatever, of the difference between a neurodiverse, on the left there, neurodiverse and neurotypical nerve, the ending of a nerve. And that is a pretty marked difference. I mean, you consider there's millions of these, not just two. Look at the brain scan to the right. And I have to make note too that you look at the top, it says, this is a normal brain. I bring that up because you'll see here a little bit, very shortly, that the terminology, the way autism is seen, is unfortunately a very pathological perspective. But again, look at this photo or this scan of a brain. On the left there, you can see the blue region. That is this was the audio processing, and you see it on the right there. It's smaller. Okay. I think this may be what people need to see to realize why some people who are autistic have a problem looking you in the eyes, because they're already struggling with the auditory processing part, and their visual senses are so great, so much more heightened, that they're seeing. And I can tell. I mean, this. I remember this. I kind of learned to the eye contact formula because I learned sign language, and it's a different type of eye contact. But while I was in the process of making eye contact, I remember going through I remember what I was thinking. Oh my God, wait, don't look. I can tell they are uncomfortable. Oh shoot, you looked away. Now and you can feel how the whole flow of the conversation is just like going over this through a canyon and not potholes. I mean, because we're so sensitive, it's emotionally uncomfortable, as well as the whole conversation getting screwed up, and then your thoughts go 1,000 different places and in inaccurate ways. It's like, this isn't working. Homeostasis again. It's totally upset by it. So anyway, I digress. This is a list of differences in our brains. Larger when younger, the size of the different sizes in the different regions, the coordination and the connectivity between across brain regions, different brain concentrations of brain chemicals, different ways of processing information. And I stop on this one because this is why we socialize different, we communicate different, we isolate. It's the brain is different. We process things different. Our interests are different. What makes us happy, what makes us sad, what we can tolerate, what we can't tolerate are different. Anyway, blood flow, electrical activity, the right and left hemispheres and the relationships between them, different. Think back to that original definition. Homeostasis is brought about by a neurological resistance to change in optimal conditions.